Hello and welcome to another Agent is In. This is episode 44. It's our Christmas special since today is the day after Christmas. I guess a lot like last time, I didn't plan a whole lot for a holiday episode, but today we've got a sneak peek of 325, which we're still hoping to get out before the end of the year, kind of close. But I thought we would take a look at one of the new features in there, which is audit logs. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So here we are. I've got 325 running here since a couple of days ago. I haven't done anything in the last couple of days, and we can see here that there's this new audit log section. So no events since yesterday, but we can drill into the audit log and take a look at other things that have been going on recently, maybe. What's going on here? Come on. I think my test host here is still on holiday. Here we go. All right, so if we go to the audit log, we can see a list of actions that have been taken on the system to change configuration settings. So you're not going to see policy changes here, which will be kind of done typically through your repository, but you will see other settings related changes. So if you create a user or change a group specification or add some data to a group or a host or something like that, then we'll see it reflected. So we can see here when the action was taken, who performed the action, what type of action, what action was performed, the type of action, and then kind of what was affected by that. And we can, of course, filter that down here based on the date range or the type of change that there is. So we can go ahead and let's look back to the 23rd. That's when all of these are, I guess. And I guess we could filter the type maybe by host. And there we go. So we can see one of these host actions. So we can go ahead and drill further into the details of this. And we can see the kind of very specific type of change. So we can see that this variable for responsible person for this specific host with this identity was set to Nick. So you can see all of the data that was related to that variable setting. If we go back and maybe we can clear this filter out and see all of our changes, we can pick through a couple other changes. So here we can see admin updated the admin user. So the admin user's time zone property has been set. Let's see what else happened here. We can see that the all group had data that was added to the first time to it. So the data was created. And we can see that responsible person was set for all hosts to Bilbo. So by default, all hosts, and then a little bit later, one host was overridden for a different person. We also see that there was a user created in Mission Portal. We can drill in to see that Bilbo was indeed created. We've got another user update on the admin user. We can take a look at that. So admin's password changed. And we can go ahead and just kind of bomb into settings and go and change something. Let's see here. Maybe we will change this password complexity to disabled. And let's see here. Any other? We can go into user management. Let's create a new role. So we'll say observer. So any host that's reporting CFEngine, we'll say this will match the observer class, or on the observer class, and then we can go to our RBAC, and we can select this new observer role, and we can say we're not going to let them view the audit log or mess with the build projects. We'll let them look at CMDB, look at events, get information. You don't want them changing anything. We'll leave these default restrictions. We don't want to revoke off. We will let them read the policy. And let's see here. I think that's probably good. So I'll go ahead and save that. And then if we head back over to the dashboard, we should have some new events in this audit log. Oh, maybe the database. This is based on a view, so this hasn't updated yet. But we can go over and look at it specifically. All right, 23. Let's change the date range to the 26th. Uh-oh, no log entries. Well, I am running nightly. Let's see here what date is on here.
They were just on there.
They were. Maybe my VM was probably suspended. Yeah, because it's still logged on the 23rd. Good call. All right, so I think we'll be in here. So settings, preferences. Let's go see. Indeed, password complexity was disabled. And we can see what a role creation looks like. So we can see the observer role is any host that is reporting CFEngine. And then we can also check out the RBAC details. So we can see that these were the only settings we changed from that kind of default role. So that's kind of the quick look at the newest edition in 3.25. There is kind of a feature from 3.24 that I wanted to highlight briefly.
Nick,
it was backported.
Quick question. How long is that data retained?
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. At least a year, but I suspicion perpetually. Like, I don't believe that we cull that data, but if we did, I can't imagine that we would cull it before a year, which would be configurable. That's a good thing to note down, to know that. Any other questions?
This is kind of version 1 of audit logging. Is there any ideas around future enhancements or improvements around it, or?
I don't know that we have any other specific plans, like at least no large plans for it yet. I think that we'll see what user feedback is. I guess we didn't look at that. You can download the results as a CSV. You might hand that off to another department or something like that. But I guess we're mostly looking for feedback based on its usage, like what kind of other things would you like to see. I know that kind of one of the most recent changes was these details. We ended up formatting that with YAML to make it a little bit easier for a human to read the details. But I don't know of any other. We don't have any other large plans. So I think that there still may be some details like logging of some of the fine-grained things that we consider should go into the audit log. But feedback will be really probably really shape the forward direction on that. Oh yeah, the other thing that I wanted to kind of highlight, which is it is in 324.1, is kind of the changes to the global host search here. So if I search for hub, so this little screen has changed a little bit. So we can see it was active 3 days ago. Of course, this is all screwed up because my machines have been suspended for the holidays. But now when you hover over it, you get a little bit more of the inventory information. So this can be really useful when you're looking for a host, but maybe what you're searching for you're not exactly sure. If you've got maybe duplicate hosts or a reprovisioned host or something like that. This way you can kind of see what it is before you click on that. And then let's see here. Can I give it? There we go. So host 1, hub. And now when you finalize a search, rather than being taken to like a host tree or something else, you go to the normal inventory report that's kind of filtered for whatever you're searching for, which gives you an easier way to kind of drill down into the specific data that you're looking for. So you're just here like a normal filter report. So that's kind of another new thing. Again, not specific to 325. It's been backported into our other current release. But those are kind of some of the bigger mission portal differences, I guess, that you would see in this release. Any questions about or comments too about this host search? Put this back up so it's visible away.
I don't have anything else. Audit logging is cool though. I like it.
Cool. Let's see here. As I said, I didn't prepare a whole lot, but there is another thing that, well, somebody did bring it up as we were getting ready for the call. I did want to pull this up. So we are closing in on the scheduled end of my Feature Friday series. So we had Feature Friday 41 last week. So Feature Friday 42 will come out tomorrow. The last one in the series. I had a lot of fun kind of thinking back about things that I enjoy about CFEngine or kind of nice little tricks. I do have a small list of other things that kind of didn't make the cut, either because I didn't think about them soon enough or I just thought some of the others were better. But it's been nice to see some comments from some people about things that they learned from this or references to like, yeah, I use that in my infrastructure to do this or that. So it's been nice to see some of that. So if anybody does have their own tips and tricks, I would encourage you to just send them directly to me. Because if I get enough, then maybe I would put together another sort of series similar to this. And I'm looking forward to publishing the last one of the series tomorrow.
Nick, I don't think we've talked about this too much in previous episodes, but we often get asked about specific training and educational resources outside of webinars like this. What would you point somebody who is new to CFEngine to?
What would I point somebody new to CFEngine to? I mean, I do have some notes that I typically send people when getting started. I think depending on the type of media that you like to, if you're here, you, I guess, like to consume video. So then naturally, I would suggest webinars and videos from the website. So all of our previous episodes are available to watch. I think there's some good tips and tricks there. The Learning CFEngine book. Let's see here. Oops, I can't type Here it is. So cflearn.info is the website for this book. It is available on LeanPub. While this book is not, so this it covers up to 312. So newer functions and some of the newer functionality like augments and things like that are less covered. I don't think it touches on multiple augments even. I'd have to go back and double check. But while this book is a little bit stale, we probably need to get another release of this out covering current versions. This is still, I think, one of the best ways to kind of get a handle on the way CFEngine's language works and kind of the way CFEngine works all around. Documentation, let's see here, docs, pull up CFEngine. I think the documentation is a really excellent resource for people getting started. Again, in the reference section of documentation, there's language concepts, which I think is really important to read through, right? Covering kind of the basic stuff. There's documentation on the master files policy framework, which is the default policy to run with. So it's kind of just rendered in line, but it's another way to browse that resource and kind of read it. So I think that that's really good. We've got a matrix channel, CFEngine on matrix.org. There's the GitHub discussions, and then there's the community help list. So all of those are other good places and resources. Let's see, there's one other one. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah. So the URL for it is a bit squirrely. It's at softcover. So Alexei Tololikin published his CFEngine training material some time ago. So it's kind of a self-paced training walkthrough guide. I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people who have gone through this that learned a lot. Most of the feedback that I heard about people that went through this actually took one of his courses to go through it. They didn't do it as a self-study, but it is available as a self-study. So I recommend reading through that. And then I guess, of course, we offer training and workshops and things like that, which is super fun to come and spend a few days with your team to, talk about stuff with your infrastructure, talk about how you're using CFEngine, see about ways that we can improve that and make that better.
Yeah, one more thing to add to, if you go to the main CFEngine website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can sign up for our newsletter. We started for the first time last year. We did a free basic training. It was a half-day basic training session. I think that was in May of last year, and we had a really, really good turnout on that. I think we're planning to do that again in 2025. We don't know exactly the time frame, if it's going to be the same month as last time, which is May, or if that's going to be a different time frame. But we will send out a notification to all those who are subscribed to the newsletter on when that's going to happen, so that way you can register.
I just realized that I was poking around on some websites and I was not sharing my screen.
We saw.
Okay.
Yeah, it was sharing.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know when it ended, but it's not sharing now.
Yeah, it's
or
not
is
sharing
it?
now.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know when it ended, but okay. Cool. All right. Well, no questions live from the audience, so we'll see what there is to say after the recording ends. Thanks a lot for coming to episode 44, a quick Christmas special, and looking forward to more in the new year. So Merry Christmas, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.